What's going on, everybody? JD here, and I tell you what, today I've got a confession for you. So let's get this intro out of the way, and I'll tell you what's up. Roll it. So what is there for me to confess about? Well, I worked on the car yesterday, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't film it, which sucks. So why didn't I film it? Well, I got a couple things going on. I have went on a crazy diet. My goal is to lose 70 pounds, and I'm going to talk to you guys more about that in another video because I'm going to challenge you to challenge me, and it's going to be challenge inception or something crazy. As soon as I get it figured out, I'll tell you about it. 2, I'm trying to quit nicotine. I smoked Marlboro cigarettes for 20 years. And then went to vaping to try to quit smoking, and that ended up costing just as much money because I was just using a lot of juice. And now I'm using dip pouches very sparingly. By sparingly, maybe once or twice a day or 2 or 3 times a day or something, just to try to get me away from nicotine, and I'm failing miserably. So put all that into a guy working on a car he bought off Craigslist for really cheap that's really messed up. So yeah, yesterday was a bad day. I did manage to accomplish a lot, so let me show you what I've accomplished. Alright, so check it out. Here is a engine and Smokey with brand new heads on it. Well, not brand new, but nonetheless heads. GT40 3 bars, and I'm trying my best to kind of talk at the mic. I've got you positioned semi far away, but I've got the heads on. I've got assembly lube on the retainers, the locks and valve stems, as well as on the lifters. They are in with ARP head bolts and the 1/2 inch to 7/16 converters. They have been torqued in 3 stages, 25, 45, and 70, as per the instructions from ARP. New Fel Pro 9333 PT1 head gaskets. They're appropriately faced with the water jackets in the back as they're supposed to be. Yeah, it's coming along, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So what did I accomplish yesterday? I removed the steering shaft so I could remove the headers. So you see that there's, well, maybe you don't see, I don't know, depending on how good the shot is, but the headers are gone. I had to pull the starter on this side to get it out, get the header out on this side, but they are off. I'll be going back with the shorties that I restored in another video. Look for the card in the top right hand corner to check that video out. Right now, the next step is preparing the intake, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to powder coat or paint. I'm running out of money, so I think I'm going to paint the intake because the upper and lower have both been bead blasted, so I don't want to put them on there raw just for them to stain up and be nasty. That's just raw aluminum. So I'm looking at finishing that stuff in some form of finish to keep them from getting bad. In regards to the cylinder head deck surface on the block itself, I had to razor blade it. So I razor blade, then wiped with acetone, then did another pass of razor blading to make sure I got everything, wiped with acetone again. Then I took for anything that was really stubborn, it didn't just come off, I had one of those nylon finger brushes on a drill, and I reserved that just for rough spots, spots that were very difficult and wouldn't come off with just a razor blade. And then I Scotch-Brite the entire surface to give it just a touch of tooth, and the last bit of cleaning, then wiped one more time with acetone. And then I took, you notice my little rags here, I took these rags and I took one and put a little bit of oil and gave the cylinders one more wipe, just because the car has been sitting for a while and I didn't want dry cylinder walls. So I gave the cylinders one more wipe to make sure that they weren't dry for the first fire, and then did some top end lubrication. As I said a little bit ago, I did assembly lube on the lifters, the tops of the valves, valve springs, the retainers, locks, whatever you want to call them, and it's ready for me to continue on. I'm waiting on I'm placing an order today. Once my wife gets home from making a withdrawal from the savings account, I'm going to order my X-pipe, header hardware. I'm going to order ARP bolts for the headers. What else? The X-pipe, and that'll be everything I need for the car. Then I can go ahead and put it the rest of the way together. This is being filmed on the same day that you're going to see it. I'm actually going to slip in here and bust this edit out just to share the progress with you guys. But what I've got left to do is install the push rods, the rockers. Yeah, push rods, rockers on the heads, and get the intake manifold on, put the headers on, X-pipe, water pump, thermostat gasket, all the accessories, put the new serpentine belt on it, and I think I can fire it off at that point. So yeah, I got a lot of work done yesterday. I'm sorry for not filming it. So there you have it, guys, my confession. Once again, I got wrapped up in a little bit of frustration. I was trying to get the car done, and quite frankly, filming usually doubles, sometimes doubles, maybe a little less, the amount of time it takes to get something accomplished. And I just needed to get the car, I needed some progress on the car, for the lack of a better way to put it. It's been sitting too long, I've been taking too long to get it done, so I just dove in, probably spent 6 or 8 hours really being meticulous about the work I was doing to the car, because I wanted it to be right. I don't want anything to break again. And putting it back together. From this point forward, I will be filming in detail everything that I'm doing on the car. I figure if you wanted to see a head swap or a head gasket install and head install, there's a zillion videos on YouTube about it. I just need to get this car back on the road. It's being that I'm down to one form of transportation right now, this thing needs to get moving. And yesterday was a great step forward in getting some progress done. Outside of that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, continue to follow the progress, because the car is going to be coming along. It should be somewhere between 260, 280, if I'm lucky, 300 rear wheel horsepower. It'll have an E-cam, GT40 3-bar heads with nice stainless valves, the trip flow spring kit, the Cobra upper and lower intake. It'll have full exhaust, including an X-pipe, spin tech, so on and so forth. It's going to be a cool car. I'm going to be happy with it. Finally, after having it, I think I've had it for a year, since May. So it's been a long process, but I'm really excited to get it going. So I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I appreciate you hanging out with me. As I said just a second ago, like, comment, subscribe, share if you feel so driven. I would love to continue growing. And thank you guys for everything you've done to get me to the point where I'm at now. Let's continue to build something cool together. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.